Welcome back to the Davidson Street Creek Restoration project. There's a lot been happening since we last showed you around. Let's go and take a look. The big news is that works began just before Christmas. We've been working really closely with the Oxley Creek Catchment Association, who are the contractors for the site. We're doing lots of weeding, lots of mulching and planting of hundreds of native trees. The site looks completely different to what it did when we first began. Something that you may have noticed is the hundreds of stakes that we have throughout the site. And perhaps you're thinking, why is this the case? So this site is actually home to lots of beautiful native bandicoots and bush turkeys, and they absolutely love new plant growth. So the stakes actually stop those animals from ruining all these beautiful plants that we've planted. We actually didn't know that this was the case when we first came down on site, and it was only through the partnership with Save Our Waterways now that we put the stakes in to save them from being ruined. And that brings us back to co-design. You might remember from previous videos that a big focus for us for this project was co-design, and that is ensuring that the community had authentic input into the design of this project, because they're the ones that are going to be using it and caring for it in the future. A really good example of that is the work that we have done with Save Our Waterways now, who is the local catchment group here at Newmarket. And they not only consulted us on these stakes to ensure that all of the plants would be best protected, but they've also given us a range of other advice that we probably wouldn't have known about if we hadn't have been consulting with them so closely. So another example is the retention of a whole heap of habitat and vegetation over here near the creek that is really critical habitat for the tusk frog and the pheasant kukul. So they ensured that there was a really good chunk of this that was maintained for those species during the works. One of the outcomes of the co-design that we're really pleased with is the way that local residents here have embraced this project. In fact, some of them are so excited that they've started working with local bush care groups to build their skills in preparation for maintaining this site. There's so much more that we could talk about here at Davidson Street. We've got the viewing platform, the walking tracks, the stormwater mining, the nest boxes, and so much more to look forward to in the coming weeks. We've got the nature play elements going in, we've got the native bees, and we've got the schools coming down here to do some planting. We can't wait to see how this site evolves.